Thank you for joining us for CNTV. I'm Brad Clunch.
And I'm Quinn Tran. If you set a New Year's resolution for a healthier you, we hope you're still keeping that goal. That means getting up and moving, positive thinking, and eating right. We connect again with Adrienne Jacobs. She shares a great resource for cooking healthier meals.
I always recommend going to our getfreshcooking.com website. During the pandemic, we've been limited on our in-person cooking shows, which are loved dearly by many people. So in efforts to continue to try to get our recipes out there and just great nutrition information to the public, we've recorded a lot of our cooking shows. And so if you go onto the website, you can click on the resources tab and you can scroll down and see some of our cooking shows there. You don't get to sample the food after we're done cooking because, it's through a screen, but you definitely get some ideas and you get to see the actual recipe prepared. And that's the other benefit that we were able to finish up during the pandemic is we took pictures, beautiful pictures of all of our recipes. So when you click on that recipe, you'll get to see what that end product looks like. And, we very much eat with our eyes. If something looks good, we're more likely to try it. For me, it really helps to know what is this supposed to look like? Does it look like something I would want to eat? The extra thing that we're in the process of adding to our website is we've made these little short, about 90-second little videos of just the ingredients being prepared, because sometimes when you read directions and try to follow, for myself, I should say, and follow those directions, sometimes you kind of misunderstand what you should be doing, how you should mix it together. So these videos will be paired with each of the individual recipes and kind of do a really fast demonstration of how you actually mix the ingredients together and what the end product looks like. So we're super excited about those. We hope to have those added to the website in the near future, just to add a little bit extra education tools for when we can't reach the public just quite yet. We're hopeful to be back in person with our shows soon. But until then, we're trying to do our best to still reach the public and give them nutrition education that way.
Another great resource for people is a program called LifeRx. LifeRx has helped people on their journey for a healthier lifestyle, giving them support and guidance through coaching sessions. The Chickasaw Nation offers the program to participants 18 years or older who are pre-diabetic, have a history of, or elevated risk factors for the disease. Contact the number on your screen or link for more information on the LifeRx program.
As we celebrate Women's History Month in March, meet Chickasaw elder Margaret Roach Wheeler, a dynamic Chickasaw woman and artist.
Well, I feel like my early life, which was to be an artist, that's all I ever really wanted to do, that I accomplished what I wanted to with that. And I was 30 years old before I started in the textiles. And I was able to work and to grow in that area with the textiles to where I was competing on a international level, really. For me, just my family alone had dynamic women in it. Mahota, who's the name that I've always used for my businesses, came during removal and set up her home here in the Indian Territory and was very prosperous. And so I've always felt of her, once I learned her history, of being truly a dynamic Chickasaw woman. And then her daughter, Nancy Mahota, did the same. And it's gone right down to my grandmother and my mother, because it comes through the matrilineal side, the Chickasaw side does. They've all been strong women, I feel like, even though my grandmother did live with us, so I knew her. But of course, my ancestor, I didn't know. But from what I have read and heard, they were very good, strong women. So I feel like I come from a good, dynamic Chickasaw home, a woman's home. Be a part of my tribe. That's been the rewarding part of it, is to be a part of home, of where I've come from, where my parents came from. I had never really been here, but my parents were from here. So I feel like I'm fulfilling a dream even for them, to be a part of the tribe and to be able to contribute in a small way.
As a dynamic woman, what do you want to inspire in others?
Just do what you believe in and care about people, and do your best. Do your very best, and be who you are, and pull from within the good from within, and caring for people, really caring for people, and helping when you can, and seeing how that can help your community.
She represents the Chickasaw community well. Margaret Roach Wheeler is collaborating with other Chickasaws, classical composer Jared Tate and language specialist Joshua Henson, on Shell Shaker, a Chickasaw opera. The two-act opera showcasing Chickasaw culture, language, and her regalia designs will be performed at the University of Massachusetts Amherst College later this year.
Chickasaw High School seniors are eligible to apply for honor cords. The honor cords worn at graduation are braided in yellow, purple, and blue rope and features a medallion of the Great Seal of the Chickasaw Nation. The application deadline for the honor cord is March 30th.
We do accept applications after the deadline. It's just March 30th is our cutoff because we try to mail them all out by April 15th. Now, if you apply after March 30th, we will still try to get you an honor cord as soon as possible so it's in time for graduation. It's important to recognize this as an acknowledgement of this step in your life, this great achievement. And we want to honor you as a Chickasaw citizen in achieving this.
Chickasaw High School students may also apply for a one-time reimbursement of graduation expenses up to $150. Approved expenses include graduation announcements, caps and gowns, class rings, letterman jackets, and senior photos. Now to the Chickasaw Cultural Center in Sulphur, Oklahoma. The Three Sisters celebration is underway March 15th through the 19th. The Cultural Center is hosting both in-person and virtual activities for the event. The Three Sisters event is a celebration of the changing of seasons, the planting of crops known as the Three Sisters: corn, beans, and squash. Visit ChickasawCulturalCenter.com for more details on this year's celebration.
Every year, the Chickasaw Nation hosts a butterfly art contest. The winning butterfly is used as the featured artwork and logo for the Dynamic Women of the Chickasaw Nation Conference. Here's more about the art contest and what the butterfly symbolizes for Chickasaw women.
So the butterflies symbolize the beauty and the inspiration and the determination of Chickasaw women. I like to think about the monarch butterfly because they're known for their yearly migration. Not every monarch makes that migration, only about every fourth generation does. So it's not something they're taught to do. But that generation that's born right before winter somehow knows they need to get to warmer weather to ensure the next generation's survival. Like the monarch butterfly, Chickasaw women are aware that something needs to be done for our culture to survive to the next generation.
The Butterfly Art Contest is open to female Chickasaw artists ages 14 to 18. Why is it important to encourage that particular age group?
Because that's a hard time in a young person's life. It can determine what they end up doing in their future and what hobbies they have, what their interests are in their career. So we want to encourage that. If there's somebody who has a talent or a passion for it, it's a great opportunity for them to get used to submitting artwork, to reading the contest rules, to being treated like a professional artist, because that's something that we take very seriously. Is this contest, we treat it just like our other contests for adult artists. We spend a lot of time and effort on it. And so we want to show them that we're serious about it and that it's something they can use to put in their portfolio and to get that experience before they really get out into the real world if art's going to be their future career. Normally, we get between 8 and 12 entries each year. This year, we got 20 entries. Yeah, and I think we had 4 different states, people from 4 different states enter. So we are thrilled at the turnout that we've gotten this year, and we hope it continues.
What do you look for in a winning submission?
My team that actually facilitates the contest, we don't do the judging. We bring in professional artists and Chickasaw women to look at the artwork. What they're looking for is how well that it conveys the beauty and femininity of Chickasaw women. We look at, of course, the creativity, the technique, the style, general art of how well it's done, but also its suitability as a logo. That's very important. The logo gets reduced down to a very small size. We use it on all the conference programming, and we have mugs and bags that it goes onto. So sometimes it may be a great butterfly, but when it's put down on a small scale like that, it's not going to look as good as another one. So that's a big consideration. I am constantly amazed when I see those butterflies and think about the young women that have created them. You know, that's a reflection of them and their talents. And we hope they get positive reinforcement that creating and making this art and using that as, you know, a creative outlet, it's being rewarded.
The winning artist receives a cash prize of $500. What do you want them to gain from that experience and that prize?
We hope they get exposure with the conference and the contest, because that butterfly gets plastered on everything. And when we have our conference at the WinStar Convention Center, they put it up on their big screens. I'm very lucky that I get to see firsthand Chickasaw people who are constantly creating, but it's getting a snapshot into that next generation of our artists and our future creativity in the Chickasaw Renaissance that's been happening, and that's exciting.
We're excited to share more with you in the next episode of CNTV. See this year's winning butterfly design and hear from the young Chickasaw artists who created it. That's next time on CNTV.
We're looking forward to that and sharing with you other feature stories from the Chickasaw Nation. We'll see you back here soon.